just about ready for the tip-off, and the Bayless Broncos will start XL Harris, a 6-foot senior. Munir Hercic is a 6'1 senior. Eden Mededevich is a 6'4 senior. Mohamed Pulyo, a 6'4 senior. And Patrick Triplett, a 6'4 senior. The Knights will start Logan England, a 5'10 senior. Eli Pratt is a 6'3 senior. Garrett Callahan, a 6-foot senior. Jordan Ankrum, the 6'4 junior. And DJ Hardy is a 6-foot senior. Bayless in their white uniforms with the green trim. They'll move right to left as I look at and describe the action to you. Farmington in the black uniforms with the white, black, and gold trim. And they move left to right. Jordan Ankrum wins the tip. Logan England has the ball, and we are underway in Farmington's first ever state quarterfinal on the boys' side. Being played right here at the Civic Center in Farmington. Knights basketball. DJ Hardy has a head of the circle, drives it, floats, fires, missed it, and the rebound ripped down by Mededevich. Averages 10.5 rebounds per game. No-look pass up the floor to Hercic. Hercic out to the front. That's to Mededevich. Mededevich rumbling down the middle. Couldn't hit the shot, but grabs his own rebound. Missed it again. And Ankrum has the rebound now. Mededevich and Ankrum, the premier rebounders on their respective teams. And now the ball is on the deck, and it's tied up. The alternate possession going to go to Bayless. Patrick Triplett, Jr., the coach's son, averaging 20.7 points per game, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 3.5 steals, 41 blocks. He's a stat sheet stuffer, and he shoots 52% overall, over 40% from 3. That's why he's going to Brown University next year. Farmington starts in a 1-2-2 zone, and you heard Coach Callahan said we'll probably mix it up. Here's a three-pointer to the left corner, and that one's missed by Hercic. Rebound by the Knights. Bring it up the floor, though. Run it down to the left corner to Hardy. Hardy now works to England. England well out on the floor on the left wing. To the right side, Callahan slashes in. Floats, fires, missed it. But he's fouled on the way in. You break down these two teams in terms of record and opponent and stats and things like that, and it really looks like an even matchup. They've only had one common opponent this year, and that was Clayton. And Farmington lost by 1 point to Clayton. Bayless lost by 3 points to Clayton on a buzzer beater half-court shot. So hard to split hairs between these two as Callahan strokes the free throw. 67% shooter from there on the year, misses the second one. It's a 1-0 lead for the Knights. We're at the 6:44 mark of the first frame. Triplett bringing it up the floor to the left wing pass. Hercic. Hercic underneath with a great bullet pass to Mededevich. And Mededevich has the first score of the game for the Broncos. Broncos actually spelled Bronchos. They've got a Bronco insignia on the back of their jerseys, a lot like the Denver Bronco insignia. It's a 2-1 lead for Bayless here. Bayless hit the 2-point field goal with Mededevich down underneath. Farmington with the free throw from Callahan. Out of the circle, this is Pratt, right wing Callahan. Callahan looking for the bouncer to Ankrum and working around him, Mededevich. Mededevich plays it up the floor to XL Harris. Harris down to the left corner. That's Triplett. Squeezes off a 3. Missed it long. Airmailed it. And the rebound grabbed by Farmington. 2 minutes in, and only one basket by each team. A 2-point bucket for the Broncos, and the free throw for Farmington. Ankrum calls for it, gets it. Turnaround jumper right baseline, and rattled it home. Ankrum with 2 points. Jordan held to only 7 in the victory against Cape, but he went for double-digit rebounding. And you'd think he'd have maybe a little bit more freedom tonight against this Bayless team, not quite as big as those Tigers from Cape Central. Bayless ball and a traveling call against Hercic. Congratulations to the Dexter girls. The Dexter girls with a huge win in that opening game over Battle, so they advanced to the state Final Four yet again. A 3-2 lead for the Knights. The field goal for Ankrum, the free throw from Callahan. Here's England, head of the circle. Bounces to the left elbow, that's to Pratt. Pratt swings it back to the right wing. Callahan guarded by Triplett right there. Head of the circle, that's Callahan. Steps inside of the arc, and the 18-footer's perfect for Garrett. Garrett shooting 48% on the year. But you stretch it out to 3, and he's shooting 45%. So, really, the numbers tell you, go ahead and shoot it from 3, Garrett. A 5-2 lead for the Knights. Head of the circle, this is Harris. Harris swings at the left wing, and that's Triplett. Triplett, a bouncer to the left corner. Mededevich drives, and creates an angle, and fires it in. And Mededevich is a good athlete, but, man, this guy is rock solid. Bayless does actually not have a football team, but you take a look at this basketball team, and it looks like they would have a good football team if they decided to field a team. A 5-4 lead for the Knights. Head of the circle, Callahan drives. He's fouled by Harris. Chad Speaker here, Kathy Capias in the studio, engineering, operating our game tonight. Appreciate her good work as always. 5-4 lead here for Farmington, and Knights have the basketball. That was the second team foul whistled on Bayless. England guarded by Triplett. To the left corner, they go to Hardy. Hardy throws a bouncer to the left low block, and that's to Ankrum. Ankrum is shoved, falls down. They whistle in for a travel. The Farmington partial crowd moans on that call. Here's a 5-4 lead for the Knights. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. To the left wing, Harris has it for Bayless. Harris down on Mehmetovic in the left corner. Mehmetovic, one dribble, lobs back out front to Harris. Harris between the circles, an underhanded scoop in. Hands it off to the point guard, Triplett. Triplett, 21-point average, hasn't scored yet in this one. To Mehmetovic down in the left corner. And it's a 12-foot jumper for him that won't fall. England strides it up the floor. Now here's Ankrum trying to break down the D. Jordan lost it, dives on the floor. Mehmetovic grabs it away from him, hands it over to Triplett. Triplett's on the run. Crossover runs him twice, but Callahan stays in front. Now Triplett grabs the loose ball, heads it out to Mehmetovic. Skip it down to the left corner. Triplett, a three-pointer, missed it short, and Hardy's got the backside rebound. A 5-4 lead for the Knights. Callahan finds England. These two teams really kind of feeling each other out, it seems, so far in this one. And over to the left wing, that's Hardy. Hardy's got it outside of the arc, and Bayless playing tight man-to-man defense here early on. Callahan lost it, but then slapped it away to Ankrum, and Ankrum saves the possession. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Coach Callahan calls out the play. England initiates it over to the left wing, Callahan. Callahan looking for the drive. Looks like he can beat his man off the bounce whenever he wants, and he does so as Callahan goes strong to the rack and plays it off the window for two. Harris just can't stay with Callahan. That's a matchup early on that looks like it favors the Knights. And a 7-4 lead for Farmington. 2:35 remaining here in this first half. The Knights employing a 1-2-2 zone here early on. Mehmetovic gets it underneath the goal and then fouled on the shot attempt. And he is such a good, strong, wide body that when he gets it down underneath there, he's got that strength to hold off the defender and get the pass. As DJ Hardy fouled him on the shot attempt. Mehmetovic, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. So not only a good, strong big man, but a guy that can hit the free throw as well, but he misses the first here. Winner of this one will get the winner of Grandview and Lafayette in the state semifinal next Friday at 6 o'clock at Mizzou Arena. Mehmetovic back to the line for the second free throw. It's up and it's in. Mehmetovic has 5 early points. He's got, in fact, all 5 for Bayless. England tippy-toes across the timeline, watched by Triplett there. England looking at his defender, bounces it mid-post left side. Brett Mann attacks. His shot blocked by Mehmetovic, and the rebound taken down by Pulio. So a chance for Bayless to tie or take the lead. Harris for 3, and the Broncos lead. A three-pointer by Harris, his 15th of the year, and Bayless goes in front by a point, 8-7. And still no score as of yet for Patrick Triplett. Top of the key, Brett Mann has it. He was the first sub of the game for Farmington, along with Jonah Barnes, who has it on the left wing. Barnes to the top to England. England look underneath, can't find it to Ankrum, so instead Jordan comes outside to grab it. Launches a 3, well short, taken by Triplett. And now it'll be a 2-on-2 break as Triplett is fouled by Ankrum. First foul on Jordan. Triplett tried to get into his shooting stroke, but the officials say no, the foul came on the floor. Pretty heady play, though, by the senior point guard. Triplett gets the inbound in the left corner. Looks for a jab step inside. Can't get it there. Mehmetovic snaps off a three-point shot. Missed that one well short, and Ankrum has the rebound. Ankrum up the floor, and it's Boehm attacking. Boehm scoops it around Mehmetovic and curls it up for the score. What a play by Justin Boehm. And Farmington goes back on top. A 9-8 lead for the Knights. Thanks for joining us tonight on J98, KTJJ, Farmington, Park Hills, Festus, and also If you're watching the video online at mymoinfo.com and J98 Web TV. Triplet for three. Missed it. Ankrum has the rebound. Already 4 rebounds for Jordan Ankrum in the first quarter. A 9-8 lead for the Knights. They've got the basketball with 48 seconds left in the first quarter. England takes a look at Triplet. Swings it to the right wing. That's to Mann. Brett Mann has the ball on his left hip. Finds Ankrum now. And Mehmetovic sagging off of Ankrum, who already missed that 1 3-point shot. Now here's Bame, who went strong to the hole last time down the floor. Half a minute remaining in the first quarter. Cut by Mann, can't find him there. And now it's a V cut by Barnes, who hops back outside to grab it. Ankrum watched by Mehmetovic. He's outside of the arc. Mehmetovic comes over to guard him. Jordan can drive on that one. Instead, he'll go left side, give it up to Mann. 15 seconds left first quarter. And a nice job by the Knights to take control of the basketball now with 10. England going to start the play. Calls it out. 9, 8, 7. It's a drive by England. Drives it on Triplet. Kicks it out. Barnes for 3 at the buzzer. And he knocked the bottom out of it. Jordan Barnes hits the 3 at the gun. And a 12-8 lead for Farmington as we go to the second quarter of play. It's state quarterfinal action at the Civic Center in Farmington. And the Knights lead the Bayless Broncos by 4 after 1. 12-8. I'm back in 1 minute on J98.
Ready to finish your degree? DeVry University is ready to help. We have bachelor's degree programs and specializations covering 34 growing career fields. We'll help you transfer up to 80 qualifying credit hours and evaluate financing options, including scholarships. So whether you take classes online or at our convenient St. Louis campus, we'll help keep you on the path to the degree and career you really want. Learn more at devry.edu and let nothing stand in your way. THEC.
If you've been looking for Pandora jewelry, look no further. You'll find it at Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
That's Jared!
Life has its moments. Make them unforgettable with Pandora charms, rings, and bracelets from Jared. Jared has an outstanding Pandora collection, literally hundreds of items.
It can only be Jared!
Visit Jared throughout October and receive a Pandora pink leather travel box with any $125 Pandora purchase. See store for details.
Farmington leads after 1, 12-8. The three-pointer hit by Barnes at the end of the first quarter, but you've got to give credit to England on that. Drove in, then kicked it out for the open 3 as the clock expired, and that's why Jordan England leads this team with 5 assists per game. Bad shot that time by Callahan, airballed it. And the rebound is tapped off of who? They'll say Bayless. Might have been one where it went off Farmington, but Mehmetovic kind of shoved somebody, and sometimes the officials will kind of make up the call that way. Farmington with superior depth against Cape, and they appear to have superior depth against Bayless as well. Here's a drive to the middle. Mann hangs, fires, and got it to go. Tremendous shot by Brett Mann, who has come on here in the last part of this season. He has his first 2, and the White Knights lead it by 6, 14-8 with a half a minute gone in this second quarter of play. Triplet drives it, kicks it left corner, three-pointer by Hurkic is missed. Rebound down to the Knights. Up the floor, here's Barnes soaring and scoring. Jonah Barnes. The Knights running opportunistically right there. And 16-8. The Knights have doubled up the Broncos. Timeout on the floor by Bayless. And we'll tell you more in 30 seconds on J98.
Have you fallen prey to believing the big box stores really do offer the lowest prices? Are you breaking your back hauling 40-pound water bottles? Hi, folks. This is Tish from Culligan and Leadington. We've all been there, and that's why I'm setting the record straight. You all know the benefits of drinking bottled water, but if you're buying water at Mr. Big Box, you're paying more and doing all the work. At Culligan, we deliver and set up for about the same price. Come see Culligan and Leadington and leave the heavy lifting to us. It's water and water delivery the way it should be. Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Farmington with little token pressure here. They just didn't want Triplet to bring the ball up. They forced the big man Mehmetovic to bring it up. Now curling off a screen, Harris grabs it on the dribble handoff. And over to the right wing, they play it to Hurkic. Hurkic touched it, and Farmington has it back. So the Knights have really delivered the first shot here in this game as they lead it by 8, 16-8. Bayless, they seem to have a lot of muscle down there with Mehmetovic, but they don't seem to have a whole lot of bounce. Farmington appears to be the little quicker team. Over to the right wing, this is Bame. Bame looks to Nagel at the head of the circle. Ankrum going to come in next dead ball. Now Barnes has it on the left side. Jonah backs it out, swings it to the right wing. That's Bame. Bame has Callahan to his left, Barnes to his right. They'll go to Jonah. Now to Callahan between the circles. Garrett looks back to his coach, and now here's a foul away from the basket. And it's going on Mohamed Pulio, with his first personal. That's the third team foul whistled on Bayless. Just a little hold. He was holding man right there. Nagel out and Ankrum in. And you've got to think Farmington's substitution pattern and their superior depth may come in handy in the second half, as the Broncos have yet to sub anybody. And now here's another foul away from the ball as Ankrum was trying to find some space to work, trying to post hard. And he fouls Mehmetovic. That's the second personal on Jordan Ankrum. So Ankrum wasn't a big factor in scoring against Cape. He was a big factor in the game, but not scoring-wise. And now he doesn't look like he'll be here in the first half. He threw an elbow, the official telling Justin Callahan. And so he's going to have to come out of this one. Now here's a bouncer down underneath. And Bayless kind of bickering at one another. As Mehmetovic said, "What are you doing with the pass, XL Harris?" Now, you get your power removed a little bit with Ankrum out, but Farmington has a very fluid, very fast floor on the team here with Pratt, Mann, Callahan, Bame, and Barnes all out there. And Barnes takes his man off the dribble. Oh, mercy! Oh, they called the charge. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Jonah with a terrific first step and just sailed up to the rim that time and lipped it in, but they whistle him for the charge. I'm not going to say it was a bad call. It was a tough call. One that could go either way. I thought it was a good drive by Jonah. Apparently a good play by the defender. And still Bayless has not subbed anybody. A 16-8 lead for Farmington. A lob to the left corner to Mehmetovic. And no score as of yet for Triplett as Mehmetovic drive, hooks it from the middle of the lane, missed it, and Farmington just flat turned it over. Pratt threw the outlet pass to Callahan. Callahan was headed up the floor because England's now back in the game running the point. And one of the only times I've seen all year that the Farmington Knights got a little bit confused because they had 2 point guards in the game. A three-pointer by Harris, missed it badly. Rebound on the backside by Mann. Now they get it to their point guard, England. And a 16-8 lead for Farmington with 5.5 to go here in the first half. That's the good news with Ankrum on the bench with his second personal foul, as the Knights do have that 8-point margin. And now a little travel by England. They say he pulled the pivot foot. Good crowd here. We're not filled to capacity. Capacity's 3,300 in terms of what you can seat. And, well, we're over 2,000, though. Good crowd. Not jam-packed. You can still make it down here for the majority of this game. It's a fun one. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Triplett has it outside of the arc. Slashes in, lost the ball. Good team defense by the Knights right there. And Triplett really, he doesn't have his fingerprints on this game at all. He really hasn't looked for his own offense. Now, he's a guy that averages 7 assists a game, but he's also a guy that averages 21, and he hasn't scored. He hasn't really insisted on his own offense here. At the head of the circle, Callahan. Good pump fake on the three. Slips inside of the arc and tossed it through. Garrett Callahan with a terrific first half. And you talk about coaches' sons. Well, Triplett hasn't scored, but Callahan has 7. And the Knights lead it by 10, 18-8. 4.5 remaining in the first half of play in a low-scoring affair. The Bayless Broncos scored 78 in their sectional win against Afton. Farmington scored only 50 in their sectional win against Cape. And so the pace favoring the Knights here as it's an air ball by Triplett. Only 8 points here by Bayless, and we're halfway through the second quarter. Jonah Barnes at the head of the circle. Right wing pass to Callahan. Callahan guarded by Mehmetovic. That's a mismatch on the outside, and Garrett banks it in from 16 feet. And a little grin as he heads back the other way. He says, bank shot or not, I got 2. And a 20-8 lead for Farmington. And another timeout by Bayless. We step aside for 30 seconds on J98.
Hi, this is Rod Denman from Liberty Batting Cages. I would like to wish the Farmington Knights good luck and congratulations to Coach Justin Callahan. I would like to thank everyone who has helped the Cages to a great winter season and invite all softball and baseball players to come and enjoy our practice facility. Please call 631-6585 to reserve your cage. We have spring and summer specials available, along with hitting and pitching lessons. Call Liberty Cages, 631-6585.
Farmington in the midst of a 13-0 run here, as they have played tremendous defense in this one. 3:56 remaining in this second quarter. Justin Callahan was fully prepared to mix and match defenses, rotate through a series of them, but so far the 1-2-2 has done its job here against Bayless. And one of the storylines here, Patrick Triplett, who averages 21 points a game, has not yet scored. Mevedevich traveled on his way in. He made a heck of a shot as he spun. It's a 250-pound kid that's as nimble as you could be. And I don't know if he can play college basketball. They are recruiting him, but I'd recruit him to play college football is what I'd recruit him for. He's a rock. A 20-8 lead for Farmington. Callahan, left wing, drives, spins, works it back outside. Hardy squares for three. Yes, sir! DJ Hardy fills it up at 23-8. The Farmington Knights on the rail by 15. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Bayless basketball swinging around the perimeter here. To the top of the key is Harris. Harris swings it over to the left side, a drive by Pulio. Pulio looked like he took a few steps, no call, and puts it in for the left side with a left-hand layup. A nice drive by Pulio. Hardy just broke through with his first score the last time down as he notched a three-pointer. He shoots 40% outside of the arc. Brett Mann now works with it. And Mann looking back to the right side, Hardy. Now slashes in, can't find him. And working back outside, Pratt. Eli drives in, can't hit the layup. And Mehmetovic grabs the rebounds. He's got 4 of those in the first half. Triplett comes up the floor, quickly double teamed. A steal by England. England driving at the length of the floor. Lays it up, count the shot, and he's fouled. The pilfer, the push, and the score at the other end. Logan England has his first score of the ball game. That is the second personal foul on XL Harris. England knew there was contact coming, and he put that one high off the window. Put some touch on it. It falls through for the bucket. The Knights lead it by 15 again, 25-10, and England to the free throw line, looking for the conventional three-point play. Logan, a 78% free throw shooter on the year, and he puts 3 on the board the conventional way. 26-10. The score, Farmington on top here, and an 18-2 run. A lob to Mehmetovic. Mehmetovic goes to the left hand. Missed it. Battle for the rebound. Won by Pratt. Farmington basketball. The Knights defense has been suffocating in this. 26-10. Farmington leads here. Swing it to the right wing, Callahan. Lays it over to the right side on the right wing now. And a crossover dribble by Mann. Gets inside. Lobs it up. Shot blocked by Pulio. His 19th of the year. And Triplett just hasn't taken charge of this thing. He's going to play his basketball at Brown University next year, which lets you know he's not only a terrific basketball talent, but a great student as well. Now Mehmetovic has shown up. He goes out to the 16-foot mark on the right baseline and swishes it. Jordan Ankrum going to come in with 1:20 left. This is a calculated gamble here by Justin Callahan. He's going to bring in his leading scorer and rebounder, who has 2 personal fouls, and his team on top by 14 at the 1:23 mark of the second. We'll see how that works out, and we'll do it after this 1-minute pause on J98.
After that long winter, are you ready for spring? Shorts, tank tops, and swimsuits? Whether it's the body wrap that tones, tightens, and firms, or the weight loss products and many others, It Works Global Products will safely nourish your body. Call Kathy Baker at 631-4796 to get your preferred customer wholesale price. Or have some friends over and try yours free. Your friends even get a coupon. It Works Global Products were featured at the Grammys for the Stars the past 2 years. It Works Global Products. Call Kathy Baker, independent distributor, 573-631-4796.
Back on the floor with the 2 personals as Farmington has the basketball in the lead, 26-12. They've led by 16 points, and now a back cut and a beauty as Jonah Barnes back cuts and gets the great pass from Callahan. Barnes with 7. A terrific first half for Jonah. He cut it all loose with a three-pointer that beat the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. A lob inside, that's Pulio. Back outside, stolen by Callahan. He's got England to his right. Garrett keeps it, though, and going to run it in the half court. Now a bouncer to Ankrum. Ankrum powers it up. Missed the shot. Oh, the rebound taken away by Triplett. Triplett goes the other way. Farmington's transition defense doing a terrific job. Down to the right corner. Jab step. Herkic walked with it. 39 seconds left, first half. Demir Tankosic checking in. This will be the first time we've seen him in the ball game, and he'll check in for Herkic. And yes, they do have some interesting names up there. I'm told a formidable Bosnian population right there in that area of St. Louis, and that's where some of these names come out of. 35 seconds left, first half of play. You would think Farmington would want the final shot of the first half like they did the final shot of the first quarter. We'll see if it comes about that way. As Ankrum whips it over to the left wing, Pratt. Pratt now to the left side is Barnes. And coming out to meet it is Callahan. You've got a couple guys that can drive, draw, and dish, and they'll give it to the best one, England. England's got it with 10, and they want to start the play now with Callahan with 7. Callahan, crossover dribble, gets to the free throw line, stops, fires, rattled it in and out. The rebound fought for and tapped out of bounds with 0.1 seconds remaining in the first half. Boy, Callahan had that bucket halfway down, and it popped back out. The Broncos won't be able to get a shot off before the end of this first half, and Farmington will go to the locker room up 16 points in the school's first ever state quarterfinal in boys basketball. These Knights have a lot of game left, but they're 16 game minutes away from their first Final Four. Bayless basketball as we start the second half. Farmington leads 28-12. It's a 1-2-2 zone by the Knights. That's what they employed the entire first half. And Mohamed Pulio backs down and muscles it through as the Broncos get a quick score to start the second half. And, well, you can tell that's what Coach Triplett wanted to do. We're going to set up shop inside and beat on these guys a while. So 28-14. Farmington has doubled up Bayless. England got it at the right elbow. Didn't want the shot. Plays it down underneath, and the shot is blocked by Pulio. Took Pratt's shot and sent it the other way. Triplett now shifts into second gear. Walked with it, no call, but leaves it underneath for Herkic, who scores it. This looks like a different Broncos team in the first 40 seconds of this second half. You think maybe the head coach Patrick Triplett got a hold of some ears there in the locker room of this one. Jordan Ankrum drives it left of the lane, picks up a screen, can't hit the bank shot, and Mehmetovic grabs a hold of the rebound. It's a shot Ankrum usually hits. Now Triplett on the left wing. Drives inside, foul in the way. Call the foul on the floor. This Bayless team just didn't have a lot of bounce, didn't have a lot of juice in the first half, but they've come out aggressive here in the second half. The foul goes on Callahan. And 28-16, Farmington leads by 12. Triplett in the right corner. Hardy does a nice job staying in front and follows him to the corner to the wing. Out of the right corner, Harris. Harris bounces it to Pulio. Pulio got by Ankrum, but missed the shot, and Jordan has the rebound, his 5th of the game. Lob it up ahead. Callahan going to attack Mehmetovic. Stops in the middle of the lane. Missed it. Rattled it in and out. A battle for the rebound, tapped out by Pratt. Callahan's last 2 shots in this game have been right there, just inside the free throw line, and he's rattled both of them in and out. Triplett still hasn't scored. He hands it off to Harris. 6.5 remaining in the third. Farmington looking for its first score of the second half. Couple buckets already by Bayless. Now make it 3 as Mehmetovic just threw Ankrum away that time and then grabbed the basketball and powered it through. A 16-point lead trimmed to 10 very quickly by Bayless. 28-18 the score now. And a timeout by Justin Callahan. We step aside for 30 seconds right here on the booth.
Tired of jumping through hoops for your checking account? See the team at First State Community Bank to open a free e-checking account today. With free e-checking, you can enjoy all the safety and service that First State Community Bank has to offer, all with no monthly fee. Remember that when it comes to your finances, success starts here.
First State Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, online at fscb.com.
Well, Bayless has gone to their power game. If they were a football team, they'd be running between the tackles right now. They've got it underneath to Julio and Mamedovich for 6 second-half points. The Knights still looking for its first second-half score. Ankram's got ahead of the circle. Mamedovich trying to strip him for the ball. Now Mamedovich on the floor, but Ankram dives on the floor to grab it and save it and works it to Callahan. Now Mann attacking from the right baseline, and he's fouled. Nice pump fake by Mann that time as Julio went for the blocked shot, but Mann hadn't released the shot yet. Then when he came up, Julio came back down on top of him. 2 shots coming up for Eli Pratt. Second foul on Julio. Pratt, a 53% foul shooter on the year. Rattles the first in and out. Now Farmington in the fourth quarter against Cape, when they really needed a free throw to make it a 2-possession lead, they were 1 for 10 at the free throw line. Back to the line, sinks this one, and Farmington has its first second-half point. Triplett quickly brings it up the floor. It's a 29-18 lead for the Knights. Triplett going to retreat back out to half court. The Farmington student section chanting air ball because he shot one of those in the first half. And Triplett that time used kind of the offhand and slammed England down to the ground. England asked the ref. And it's Representative Paul Fitzwater. He's used to hearing from both sides. He said no. The foul goes on you, Patrick. That's the first one on Triplett. And a great job by England to stay in front and use those feet. England now guarded tightly by Triplett. Picks up a screen. England driving, curl, dribble, weave, hand off to Pratt. Head of the circle now, that's Mann. To the left corner, they go to Hardy. Hardy swings it back out front. That's to Callahan. Callahan will give it up to Hardy. Hardy a bouncer to the head of the circle, Mann. To the right side, England. England finds Callahan. Had the three, didn't want it. Comes off, kicks to the left corner. A better look at three. And TJ Hardy, bang, bang, his second triple of the game. That's a great job by these Knights, turning down a good look for an even better one. And a 14-point lead for Farmington on the Hardy three. 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Callahan rips it up, goes behind his back. Driving in for the left side. Bounces there off the window. Couldn't hit it. Tap try, Hardy not there. Third try will go in for Brett Mann. Mann has 4 points. And man, are these Knights playing well. 34-18. The lead swells back to 16 points, matching the largest of the game. Farmington doing a nice job on the backboards. 2 extra chances on that possession, and England nearly steals it again. Taps it away and dives out of bounds on the far side of the floor. Terrific game by these Knights, and they've responded to the Broncos' 6-0 run by matching those 6 points with their own, and they pushed it back out to a 16-point margin. 4:22 remaining in the third. Over on the far side, Mamedovich plays it into Triplett. Triplett going to direct a little traffic here. Patrick has not scored in this game. We're halfway through the third. He averages 21 points per game. Hold the ball, buddy. And now Bayless waiting for the play call and letting the clock wind down, and that's just fine with the Knights, who have morphed now into a 2-3 zone. Lob underneath and stolen away by Farmington. Jumping up to grab a hold is Brett Mann. A poor pass and good defense. Left wing, Farmington's got it on the offensive set. It's Callahan. Callahan crossover dribble. Had a man on his shoulder, works to Hardy, head of the circle. Bouncer now to Mann. Mann faces up and works right side to Pratt. Pratt dribbles between the circles, gives it up to England. England guarded by Triplett, give and go. Got the give, couldn't get the go back, but Callahan still has it. Now to the left side, Mann, back out between the circles. This is Hardy. Hardy guarded by Mamedovich. Now to the left wing, Callahan. Callahan plays it to a stumbling Eli Pratt, who stepped on the baseline. Farmington gives it back over, but still maintains the 16-point advantage. 34-18. Farmington leads here. 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third. The Farmington student section still all over Triplett. Been a good crowd. I love good student sections. Here's a steal by England. England picked his man clean, driving it one-on-one. Right side layup. Missed the shot, but he's going back to the free throw line. And had the foul not been called, Eli Pratt was right there for the tip-in. So this Farmington team playing great defense and then running together opportunistically as a club. Second foul on Herkic. And at the free throw line, it's England at 78% on the year. The first free throw, though, is short from Logan. He's 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Ankrum in, Pratt out. And Justin Callahan just has such a great handle on his rotation right now. England back to the stripe, and he rattled this one home. Just hung on and fell through. And the Knights now lead by 17, their largest margin of the game, 35-18. We're under 3 to play in the third. Bayless basketball, Triplett looking at 2 defenders. Farmington in a 2-3 zone. Tries to get by Callahan. DJ comes out to meet him, and Triplett is finally on the board. Patrick Triplett gets his first score at the 2:45 mark of the third frame. That was probably not something that anybody saw coming. 35-20. Farmington leading it. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third. Right wing pass Callahan. Cutting through, that's Mann. Didn't want him there. Now to Callahan, back between the circles. Callahan wants it. No, now he's going to drive it. Left side layup. Yes! He faked the dribble weave handoff and saw that he could just get his shoulder by his man and went strong to the hole, and Garrett's done that all game long. Callahan has regularly beat his man off the bounce, and now Triplett sinks about a 25-footer. 5 quick ones for Patrick Triplett. That's the Triplett we expected to see. 37-23. It's Farmington by 14. And Triplett has hit back-to-back jumpers now. 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining in the third. Callahan, has his man. But Brett Mann looked away. He was wide open on the left low block, and Mann looked away from Callahan, and Callahan literally hit him in the hands with the pass. But Mann couldn't catch it because he was looking away. That would have been a good opportunity for the Knights to score. Victor Dang in the ball game. Lobs it over to Harris on the right wing. Down to the right corner, there's Mehmetovic. And Mehmetovic fouled by Ankrum. Ankrum just can't stay on the floor. That's the third personal on Jordan. 37-23. Now, in saying that, the Knights have played well without their big man. Ankrum leads the team at nearly 16 a game, but scoring-wise, he's been a non-factor in this when he has only 2 points. He has done a good job rebounding the ball, though. Mehmetovic spins, fires, and now he's going to get teched up. Yep. He was frustrated with Farmington's good defense. He had the personal foul on the rebound, and now picks up his third foul on the technical as Mehmetovic threw an angry glare at the official and then threw a hard pass with the basketball to the official in his frustration. Mehmetovic has been a great player, but it's been a frustrating night for he and the Broncos. And Garrett Callahan now is at the free throw line to shoot the Tex. He swishes the first for point number 12. And let's see what he can do with the second. He misses that one. So Callahan is 2 for 4 from the line. But Farmington not only has the free throws, they've got the basketball as well after the technical foul. 38-23. Knights lead it by 15. In the backcourt, it's England. The Knights have controlled the game. Only one lead for Bayless all night long. That was at 8-7, and then Farmington closed the first half on a 21-4 push. Bouncer out front for Mann. Now on the right wing, it's Barnes. Jonah has been able to drive today, much like Callahan. It'll throw a dribble weave handoff, though, to England. Now to the left side, Mann. He's outside of the arc. Mann, two-handed push pass to half-court Callahan. Ankrum at the right elbow, underneath to England. England nearly lost it, but got it back. And works it back outside. Less than a minute to play in the third. Does Farmington want to work this clock down? Mehmetovic shoved Ankrum to the ground. No call there, but Jordan should not have responded. Jordan got back up and shoved Mehmetovic, and you just got to be smarter than that. That's the fourth personal on Jordan Ankrum. Yes, he was fouled by Mehmetovic, and there was no call, but they're always going to catch the second guy, and he should have known better. Mehmetovic hands it over to Triplett now. 38-23, Farmington by 15. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Triplett looking at Callahan. Squares from 26 feet and fired it short. Mehmetovic has the rebound. Travels, no call, got the rebound. Missed it. Backside rebound. Barnes has it, and Pulio fouled him. The sixth team foul whistled on Bayless here in the third quarter. So Farmington will shoot free throws the entire fourth. The Knights going to try to hold on to it here for the final shot. England looks for a screen from Callahan, gets it, pushes it to the right wing, gets it right back, and finds Callahan. Farmington basically with 2 point guards on the floor. Callahan, jab step, drives it now. With 10 seconds to go in the third, looking for the left-handed drive again, and fires out to England with 6. England driving it, 5-4, bouncer underneath, ball on the deck, taken away by Mehmetovic, and the third quarter clock expires. Farmington can't score, but they don't give it away to Bayless. And the Knights are going to the fourth quarter of the state quarterfinal with a 15-point lead, 38-23. Farmington leads Bayless, 8 minutes of regulation left, and we'll tell you about it in 1 minute on J98.
Donaldson Cycles in Park Hills, the motorcycle people for over 50 years. They know it, they own it, and they can afford to sell it for less. Did you know that Donaldson Cycles have a large inventory of used motorcycles under $3,000 and new motorcycles with great rebates? Plus, you'll find new previous year bikes at must-go prices. Nobody can afford to sell it for less. So get to Donaldson Cycles, located at number 4 Municipal Drive in Park Hills today. Donaldson Cycles, the motorcycle people for over 50 years.
Precious memories left behind bring us joy and peace of mind when we celebrate the lives of those we love.
We're there for you in your time of need. In fact, we've been serving the Farmington area since 1864. With years of service to our community, we're proud to be your choice for funeral care.
Celebrate the lives of those you love.
Cozine Memorial Chapel, Farmington.
Chad Speaker here at the Farmington Civic Center. Kathy Gabayas engineering and operating our game at the station. The Farmington Knights looking for the school's first Final Four in boys basketball. They've got 8 minutes left and a 15-point lead. 38-23. Farmington leading Bayless. Jordan Ankrum on the bench to start the fourth. He's got 4 personal fouls. Farmington, one of their strengths, you've got to say, probably ball handling and passing, and Bayless is going to push them here in the fourth quarter. Play a little bit more aggressive man. They've got to get the pace of this game up and down to come back and win this thing. And the Knights have it on the first possession. A drive by Callahan over to the right wing, England, and England has the ball stolen away by Harris. And Harris nearly lost it. Now pivots away from traffic, finds Pulio. Pulio drives down the right side. Great feet by Barnes. He kicked it, and it was like a kick save by a hockey goalie right there. I'm not sure how he got it that fast. Just started the fourth. 7 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. 38-23, Farmington by 15 points. Mehmetovic calls for it. Grabs it, backing down, got by his man, scoops it with the left hand, missed it, and Pratt has the backside rebound. England has Callahan out in front of him. And Farmington almost going to a four corners look here. And you don't want the Knights to get passive here. The only thing. Barnes pushes it over to England. You want the Knights to play to win. Not to play, not to lose. England guarded by Harris. England driving on him, got to the middle, bounces to Barnes, pump fake on the three. He's guarded by Mehmetovic and scoops it back out to the half-court stripe to Callahan. Callahan driving it inside, looks back out to the perimeter. Dang slaps it away, and the first two possessions, that's exactly what the Knights have done. They've played passive, and they've played really to kind of stall things rather than to look for any offense. And now Bayless makes them pay as the first shot is missed by Pulio, but Mehmetovic has the backside rebound and banks it in. The lead is 13, 38-25. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. You'd think Farmington is going to have to look for some offense at some point. But right now, they've just kind of kept the basketball out along the perimeter. Right wing pass to Barnes. These Knights nursing a 13-point lead and a foul by Mehmetovic. for Mehmetovic. That's his third. He stayed away from foul trouble until he had a personal and then a technical earlier. Hardy checks in and Garrett Callahan checks out. At the free throw line, it's Eli Pratt. He's 1 for 2 at the stripe tonight. Make it 2 of 3 and hit the front end of the 101. That's the good news there. These Knights were 1 for 10 in the fourth quarter from the foul line against Cape Central. They've already matched that, hitting 1, and Pratt hits them both. So Eli, 3 for 4 from the line. Jordan Ankrum going to come back in next dead ball with the 4 personals. 5:45 remaining in the fourth. And Farmington, it appears, has switched to a box and 1 on triplet. But Mehmetovic going to work down underneath. He misses it on the power shot, and the rebound taken down by Mann. Great work by Mann. He can't match the muscle of Mehmetovic, but he can leap with him. And Mehmetovic still jawing with the referees. He does that anymore, he's probably going to get called out of this game with his second technical. 40-25. It's Farmington by 15. 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation. And the state's Final Four. And we're back in 30 seconds on J98.
The Potosi R3 School District is committed to excellence. They're proud of their students and their athletes. These young people work hard and show a ton of dedication. The Potosi R3 students and athletes are committed to excelling to high levels of achievement. Attitude and perseverance play a big part in their success. The Potosi R3 School District sincerely hopes this 2013-2014 school year is a wonderful and memorable stepping stone in life's journey.
The Farmington Knights 5.5 minutes away from their first Final Four in boys basketball school history. They lead Bayless by 15 in the state quarterfinal, 40-25. And these Knights have played good, tough, smart team basketball. Bayless whistled for the timeout right there. They come with the full court pressure off the inbound. Passes into Barnes. Barnes over to the right side, stolen away by Triplett. And Triplett whips it over to Harris. Back to Triplett, driving the left baseline. He's fouled on the floor. What a pretty jumper by Triplett, but it came after the foul. You know the Broncos aren't just going to walk away from this game. I think Farmington has to run some semblance of an offense. They've kind of gone into stall mode here in the fourth quarter. Kind of playing not to lose that lead. Like to see him perhaps attack a little bit more. Excel looking for Mehmetovic, but it's stolen away by Ankrum, and then a foul. As the loose ball was taken by Mann, he was chopped on the arm by Harris. That's the 7th team foul on Bayless. And so we'll walk down to shoot some free throws. At the free throw line, Brett Mann, a 49% free throw shooter on the year. This will be his first attempt tonight. That's the third person on Excel Harris. Let's see what Brett Mann can do here. He missed the front end of the 101. Rattled it in and out. The defense, though, has been the consistent theme for the Knights here in this game and in the postseason. Out of the circle, that's Harris to the left wing, Triplett. Farmington goes cross key down underneath. And a foul going against Mehmetovic. Mehmetovic and Ankrum have, you know what? They have wrestling here at the Civic Center, and that's what it's almost turned into between Mehmetovic and Ankrum. And Mehmetovic still barking at the official. That's the fourth on Mehmetovic. 4 also on Ankrum. So one more either way on those two, and that player will be eliminated. Ankrum wound up on the floor in a pile that time. England in the backcourt. Another foul on Dang. Dang going for the steal. Shoved his body into England. Logan, a 78% foul shooter on the year. Tonight, he's 2 for 3. And this will be the same story as in Cape now. You figure, I know we're a ways out with about 5 minutes left, but if the Knights can take care of the basketball and make a few free throws, which they struggled with against Cape and which England just missed, then they would be in good shape, because Bayless's offense has not shown they can do much against this Farmington defense. England's second, got that one to go. And the Knights have made at least 3 of their fourth quarter free throws, so they've already done better in this game than they did against Cape. and they've stretched it out to a 16-point lead. The back line on this 1-2-2 now, or actually it's a box and one against Triplett. Callahan, the man guarding Triplett, and his four teammates play in the box: Hardy, Ankrum, England, and Pratt. A three-pointer by Mehmetovic, and that one was way out there. And Mehmetovic poked it through, only his 9th make of the year from three, and Mehmetovic has 14 points. Farmington basketball, left corner Hardy, 4.5 remaining, and a foul on Pulio, and Pulio has a couple of words for the official. These guys are walking a tightrope right now on getting teched up yet again. At the free throw line, Hardy, and if you're Farmington, this is the guy that you want there, 92% on the season. DJ looking into that student section crowd for the Knights, and this kid has just been nothing short of automatic this year from the line as he strokes that one. And the lead now at 14 points, 42-28. Farmington on top. Hardy's hit a couple of threes in this game. The free throw there. DJ's got the second one, and he missed it. That does not happen often. In fact, that's only the 4th time he's missed a free throw all year long. Mehmetovic comes up the floor. They throw it back to Dang, who nearly turned it over to the left wing. Mehmetovic once again. Everyone in a box and one against Triplett. Callahan guarding Triplett, and the 4 Farmington teammates running a box. And what they've done is they've pulled Mehmetovic out from the middle. This is when he should be roaming down in there with the box and one. But instead, Mehmetovic is just hanging out along the perimeter. He's playing right into Farmington's hands. But he wisely drives hard to the goal this time. He can't tap it up and in on the second try, but he's going to go to the free throw line. So good work by Mehmetovic there on the drive. He's fouled by Pratt, his first. And Mehmetovic to the free throw line, where he shoots 71% on the season. 1 for 2 tonight. And he and the Bayless Broncos staring at a 14-point deficit as Eden Mehmetovic misses the front end of the 2-shot foul. Mehmetovic scored 25 and grabbed 14 rebounds in the sectional win against Afton. He's playing well tonight, but nowhere near that level, with 14 points and 6 rebounds. Triplett, though, is the guy that's really been off the pace. Averages 21 a game, and he has only 5 in this one. Mehmetovic sinks the second. He's got 15. Full court pressure. And here's Callahan to try to bake it. Uh-oh, stolen by Dang. Dang takes it down. His layup blocked by Pratt. He gets it right back. Nice defense by Eli. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Triplett for 3. Off to the side. Couldn't hit it. Mehmetovic over the back of Ankrum. Ankrum, though, tracks down the rebound. Going to dribble out of the pack. Works it to Callahan. Callahan up the floor. This is Pratt with it in the forecourt now. Looks at the double team and works it back out to Callahan. Callahan dribbles across the double team and fouled by Dang. Farmington shooting 2 shots every time now from here on out. They're in the double bonus. Patrick Triplett escorted back to the coach's box by the official. Patrick Triplett, he's raised a few issues, but he's been a gentleman from the coaching sideline. It's just been his players that have been kind of chippy toward the officials. 42-29, Farmington by 13. And Callahan to the free throw line. He scored 12. He misses this one. These Knights have really struggled at the free throw line in this postseason. And then usually that's where it dooms you, but well, they've managed to work through it somehow. Callahan back at the free throw line, and he missed that one too. Oh, mercy. Callahan only 2 for 6 from the free throw line. 42-29. Farmington leads by 13. Mehmetovic, a tough shot, and got it to go. This guy's battled the whole way. He's got 17, and he's made it an 11-point contest. 42-31. 3:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. The officials thought that Coach Triplett called a timeout. He did not. But now they'll be able to set up the full court pressure here. They've got 6 players on the floor.
Let's go.
They'll have to make that adjustment. And now DJ Hardy checking in for Eli Pratt. So it's Hardy, England, Barnes, Ankrum, and Callahan all on the floor for Farmington. Callahan gets the inbound out near half court, quickly double teamed and fouled. Garrett going to go back to the stripe, and it sure would be nice to see these Knights starting to hit some free throws. The whistle goes on Triplett. That's the second Personal on Triplett. And Callahan sinks the free throw. He's got 13. Mehmetovic leads all scorers with 17, but Callahan leading the Knights with 13. And he missed the second one. 43-31. Still 3 minutes left, and now a quick foul going against Callahan. And he got too close to Triplett that time. Makeup call, buddy. The last thing the Knights want to see. The good news is that's the only 6th team foul against Farmington. Still running a box and one on Triplett. That's what we've seen the majority of this fourth quarter. And as Coach Callahan told us, they're going to mix and match these defenses, and that's what they've done in this game. As Triplett goes strong to the rack and scores it with his left hand. Just a couple of monster strides right there, and 2 dribbles from the three-point arc, and he scores it. It's a 10-point game as Farmington has turned it over, and these Knights back on their heels, playing not to lose this thing rather than attacking this defense. But they lead by 10, and Bayless going to try to make it a single-digit game for the first time since midway through the second quarter. Mehmetovic into the lane, fouled by Ankrum, and he's done. Jordan Ankrum, the leading scorer and rebounder for the Knights on the year, fouls out of the state quarterfinal, having scored only 2 points. And Ankrum in 2 state playoff games has scored a combined 9 points. And yet here the Knights sit with under 3 to play and a 10-point lead and a chance to go to the Final Four. But they're going to have to close this thing as Mehmetovic goes to the free throw line. Takes an exhale and calmly sinks the free throw. Mehmetovic has been the premier performer for the Broncos tonight. He's a double-double machine on the year. 17 points and 10.5 rebounds. Hardy checks in for Mann. Mehmetovic with 18. He's made it a single-digit game for the first time since midway through the second quarter. So we've got 2:43 left in regulation. Mehmetovic back to the free throw line. Looks composed up there, and he gets the second one to go to. 19 points for Mehmetovic. England comes over to grab a hold of the inbound, finds Hardy now. Hardy drives on the far sideline, a blocking foul on Polio. I believe that's his 5th. Make sure that it is with the scores table. Indeed it is. And Mohamed Polio fouls out, having scored 4 points tonight. And for these Knights, well, you'd like to see them hit some free throws. Even DJ Hardy missed one, and he's a 92% shooter on the year. Hardy 1 for 2 from the line tonight. 43-35, an 8-point advantage for these Knights. But Hardy could make it a 10-point game once again as we see Colby Maynard check in for the first time. 6'4" sophomore. We've got a bunch of 6'4" guys on this team. So Hardy, the first of the 2-shot foul, and he hits the first. 8 points for Hardy. The lead is 9 for the Knights. 44-35. Brett Mann to the scorer's table, wanting to check in for Hardy. Everybody hoping that DJ can hit the free throw. He does. Hardy at the line, tickles the twine. He's got 9. So he'll come out. Mann checks in. 2:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. Farmington leading Bayless, 45-35. The Knights have outplayed the Broncos so far, but 2.5 minutes to go in our ball game. Harris throws a bouncer to Mehmetovic, and Mehmetovic lost it out of bounds. Mehmetovic doing battle with Brett Mann down underneath there this last time, with Ankrum having already fouled out. And Callahan playing the offense for defense switch with Mann and Hardy every time he can. The inbound to England. England throws it across that timeline into the forecourt. That's to Pratt. And Pratt was forced out along the far sideline, but fouled. And this may be a nail in the coffin for Bayless as Mehmetovic fouls out of the game. Really a terrific performance by Mehmetovic tonight. 19 points and 8 rebounds. But a technical foul earlier in this game helped to make sure that that was his 5th. The kid fought hard, though. He's a heck of a player, Mehmetovic. At the free throw line, Eli Pratt. And it looks like chances are slim on a Bayless comeback now. Pratt hits the free throw. He has 4 points, and he's made it an 11-point game, 46-35. Pratt back to the stripe. He's got it again. Eli with 5, and Farmington by 12, 47-35. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Triplett just shot it, came down, grabbed it, and shot it again. They say, though, that Farmington touched it, and so that's why it was not a traveling violation. A heady play by Triplett. You always have to play on. And now a timeout by Justin Callahan. And now, with 2:08 left and a 12-point lead for the Knights, they can kind of afford to play not to lose. Keep it away, make your free throws, and you're going to Columbia. 47-35, 2:08 remaining in the fourth, and a 1-minute timeout on J98, KTJJ, Farmington, Park Hills, Festus.
I'm feeling green and I need your help. I've got to get rid of 25 calls this week. My lot is just too full. Hey, this is Leprechaun David Sisson from Samson Ford Lincoln. Right now, I'll pay big bucks for your good luck. Bring down any lucky charm you've got, and based on the sale price of the car you choose, I'll give up to $4,777 off a nicer, newer car this week. Today, your lucky penny is worth plenty. Up to $4,777 off any nicer, newer car you want. Stop moping and hoping you'll get approved. With my For the People credit approval process, the banks are looking to get lucky and lend to you. Even if you've been turned down before, help me get lucky and get rid of 25 cars this week. Bring me any lucky charm, and I'll give it to $4,777 off a nicer, newer car today. Hurry! Once I get rid of 100 cars, your luck runs out. I'm David Sissom, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Sam Sissom Ford Lincoln on the web at samsismfordlm.com or 431-3177.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects actual discount net of all factory rebates.
What are you going?
Breaks the pressure. We are under 2 minutes to go in the state quarterfinal, and the Knights lead Bayless 47-35. Bayless is not coming out to foul Farmington. A bouncer to England. England guarded by Harris, and finally fouled by Harris. So to the free throw line, Logan England. 3 for 5 tonight from the stripe. A 78% free throw shooter on the year. You'd think if the Knights can hit free throws late in this one, maybe that'll carry over to the final four. 1:44 remaining in the fourth. England's first free throw is dead solid perfect. 6 points for Logan. England back to the stripe. Here's the second. Same result. Swished it. 7 points for England. The lead is 14. Triplett on the run. Pulls up left elbow. And just through the front of the iron. Barnes has the rebound. Scoops it over to Callahan. Now to Hardy. Hardy up the floor. Bounces to England. And England smartly plays it back outside. These Knights aren't playing for individual stats. They're playing to go to Columbia. Down to the right corner. There's a drive and a foul. And Farmington is going back to the free throw line. That drive by Eli Pratt. And 2 more shots coming up for the Knights. The whistle against XL Harris. He fouls out, having scored 3 points tonight. And now the chant by these Farmington faithful to recognize that these Knights are going to Columbia. The destination that every team wants to end up at. At the free throw line, Eli Pratt got the first. Eli's come on in the free throw department. He's 6 out of 8 in this game, and Farmington leads by 15. He rattled home the second. He's got 7, and the Knights on top by 16. 51-35. 75 seconds left. Triplett from 23 feet, and he stroked it. 10 points for Patrick Triplett. They've all come in the second half, and now a quick foul as Demir Tinkosic grabbed a hold of Jonah Barnes. Jonah's done a nice job at the free throw line this year. 71% for him. 65 ticks left. First free throw by Barnes. He sinks it. 8 points for Jonah, and just tremendous distribution of scoring tonight by these Knights. We'll go through that as we move along here as Jonah Barnes goes back to the free throw line. Farmington has 5 players with 7 points or more, and Barnes at the line tickles the twine. He's got 9, back to a 15-point advantage. Triplet on the right wing, double team, now triple team. Turns it loose to Dang, swing it over to the left corner, and the three-pointer up and missing by Herkich. Farmington basketball, under a minute to play. Logan England threw a double team and fouled on his way through. Logan England back to the free throw line. The whistle goes on Dang, his third. Now Justin Callahan looks at the scoreboard and he says, just hit 0 on the clock. England leaves the first free throw short. He's 5 for 8 from the line here tonight. 78% on the year. He doesn't leave this one short. Logan's got 8. And Justin Callahan continues to look at the scoreboard. 47 seconds left. Triplet, another 3 against the double team. Missed it off the side of the iron. Pratt has the rebound. Farmington basketball. Callahan throws it up ahead to Hardy. Hardy, right side layup. Yes, sir. That's a little frosting. 11 points for TJ Hardy. And the Farmington Knights have their largest lead. 56-38. Triplet for 3. Misses the shot. Herkich with the rebound. Misses that one. Barnes has the rebound. Up the floor with 19 seconds left. Callahan puts it on his right hip. Throws it over to Hardy. One more layup, and the Knights up by 20. Hardy has 13. Count it down. 7, 6, 5. Bayless with the basketball. 1-3 at the end that will not go. And the Farmington Knight boys are going to the state Final Four. It's a mob pile at midcourt as the Knight players all go to midcourt in celebration and now come over to shake hands. These Knights played spectacular defense all night long, and the defense was great. The offense efficient enough to win, and these Knights made enough free throws to win it going away. 58-38. Farmington started out, grabbed the early lead. It was Bayless coming back with their only lead, 8-7 in the first quarter of play, but the rest of the first half belonging to the Knights. On top, 28-12 at the half. It was a 21-4 push, and these Knights really never challenged again. It got within 8, but Farmington hit some free throws at the end, and the defense steady all night long. These Knights now 21-9 and continuing to make school history. 58-38.